This is about the fact that I'm watching women tear down another woman of color who has black children, claiming that she's a racist and a colorist. I'm gonna tell you what's sad. And it's our people that be using that colorist shit against each other. OG said she's a racist. Who the fuck is OG? I'm not trying to be shady. I swear to God I'm not. I'm taking something from our community. Y'all need to stop it or show me the receipts. And because she now has created the narrative that she believes Evelyn Lozada is a racist, well, because she wore braids. And I do say, whether it's her with the blonde hair or her, maybe her exaggerated eyebrows, I don't really know. I could go on and on to say.
No, but listen.
Wait. My point is, I don't think she's attractive. Now, that's not because she's African. It's just because I don't think she's attractive.
So my question is,
I get that.
Okay, but you got to explain to me what's not attractive, because when I see OG, I see a person that has a bigger feature, big lips, a higher cheekbone, things that this country people pay for that aren't African. So you got to explain to me why she's ugly, because there's young black girls that may look like OG and may see that, say, oh, this is what ugly is.
She's not a friend of mine. I don't work for her. She's not paying me. It's just I don't think that. I think that she has a hard face, but that isn't because she's African, and that is not because she's black.
I'm asking sincerely from the explanation of what makes her ugly. Like, that's what I'm asking.
And I gave you an answer.
What was the
I know
answer?
I did. Wait, you're not listening.
I am listening.
Wait, you represent the women online who refuse to listen.
No, I'm asking you a question. You're not answering the question,
You represent
Jason.
people.
I clearly asked you several times.
You represent the Instagram.
Several different times.
I'm trying to answer. You don't want to hear.
Okay, no, I'm
Y'all
asking
asked me up here for an interview to talk, but not talk.
You know how many black women? I'm a dark-skinned black woman. I have heard all my life, you're pretty to be a dark-skinned girl. That statement implies that most dark-skinned women are not attractive. I'm an exception to the rule. When you say to
That's
a dark,
not true.
But what does that mean?
I think you're in your head. I think you're in your head with your own story. I think you've created.
What does that mean then? What does it mean if you say to a dark? No.
I think what you've done is you've allowed your followers on Instagram to encourage you to try to drag somebody who could never be drugged.
Well, first of all, I'm not trying to drag you. I'm asking you a question.
Let's have a real conversation.
We're having a real conversation.
No, because you've personalized this, and you've attached yourself.
I'm a black woman. I'm not personalizing.
Right, but you've attached yourself to the conversation as if this is between you and Evelyn. But we all have to become more empathetic and appreciative of each other's cultures and where we come from, because you as a darker skinned woman, me as a lighter skinned man, when white people see us, they don't say he light skinned, she dark. They say he's black, she's black, they. In my opinion, that's what I think.
You want to understand why the world was in an uproar? I was trying to explain to them.
But I know it's because OG has used race as an issue in this whole thing, where she said she talked about Evelyn wearing braids. She talked about Evelyn wearing braids. Okay, then here's this. Every black woman out there, take off those blonde wigs. You do not have. That's not your hair.
Let me say.
Hold on. Take off all them lace fronts. Be who the you really are. Stop being mad at a woman who's Spanish wearing braids, because guess what? Everybody wears braids. I don't give a who wears braids. I don't think about who wears braids, because at the end of the day, I'm too busy getting
Hello guys. So you guys just watched those few clips of Jason Lee giving his spiel about colorism. And if you are viewers of Basketball Wives, you have to know about this Evelyn Lozada and OG situation. I'm not going to do a reading on Evelyn Lozada and OG, because I feel like there are a lot of readings out there, and Evelyn Lozada is a nasty person. She's evil, like evil, and I just don't want to expose myself to that energy. But this video is specifically about black women. Just about black women, because I feel like this is a perfect example of what has been going on in the black community for years whenever black women are talking about colorism. what Jason Lee did in those few videos are common tactics that are used against Black women whenever we speak about colorism or anything that is against us or that we feel. This is what they do. So I'm going to break down a few points about Jason Lee. I'm going to point out a few things, and at the end I'm going to ask Spirit, God, whatever, on what Black women can do to, how Black women should respond to people like this and react and treat them. But the first few things I want to point out about the whole Jason Lee thing is Jason Lee is obviously a biracial man. He has a white mom and a Black dad. His white mom was let's just say he was never fully accepted by his white mom, and there has been rumors that his mom actually called him the N-word. His father, which was on Love and Hip Hop, a dark-skinned man, very, very dark-skinned man, apparently never fully accepted him. He never fully felt accepted by his dark-skinned father. So that's Jason Lee's background. He's a biracial man. He's the son of a white woman, the second half of white supremacy. So this is who Jason Lee is. So Jason Lee in the video, one of the videos, he referred to us Black women as our people. You know, I guess he's referring to people of color, or I don't know. Who is Jason referring to when he says our people? Is he referring to Black women? Because he has no connection to Black women whatsoever. We are not him and he is not us. Yes, he has a Black father, but, you know, just because you have a Black father doesn't mean you understand what Black women go through. So when he says our people, I'm just confused on who he's referring to, because as a Black woman, if I'm saying I'm experiencing something, you as a biracial man should have very little to say about it other than to listen. But of course he refers to our people. I'm just confused about that. Second red flag with Jason Lee. He refers to colorism as colorist shit. No Black person who knows the real history of colorism will ever reduce it to that colorist shit. That's disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. That colorist shit, that phrase he used, is gaslighting and undermining Black women and our feelings. And I feel like it's an indication of his hatred towards Black women and just women in general. That's just that colorist shit. Like, it's almost like he's an adult and he's scolding us, Black women, like we're his children. That's what I'm getting from him. And another thing in this video, he kept on saying that he needed receipts. And I'm just so confused, because why do Black women have to give this biracial man, the son of a white woman, receipts on our pain and our experiences? Why? And why does he feel like he's in the position to question us for receipts? He also said that he blamed OG for creating a narrative. And it's true that people create a narrative, but I've seen a lot of people use this whole create a narrative thing to gaslight you. And really, the definition of gaslighting, let me go ahead and put it up on the screen. The definition of gaslighting is manipulation by psychological means into questioning their own sanity. So it's when someone tries to manipulate you to question your own sanity and what you're trying to believe in. And them saying that you're creating a narrative, or that them minimizing stuff to that colorist shit and asking for receipts when they're in no position to ask you for a receipt because who are they? That's typical gaslighting stuff. What they're trying to do is to make you question your own sanity. Another thing that he did that really pissed me off was in the clip, in the Basketball Wives clip, and I could put it in this video, I may or may not, but OG mentions Evelyn wearing braids and stuff and saying nigga and stuff like that. And of course the colorism conversation is way more about Latina women wearing braids and stuff, but that is a part of the conversation. But what Jason Lee is trying to do is say that we're only mad at Evelyn because she's wearing braids, and that because she wear braids that is colorist, when that's not true at all. And he knows it. What he's doing, he's trying to simplify and dumbify our argument so he can, more gaslighting. He knows that Evelyn put a gorilla emoji when referring to OG, allegedly, but he knows that there is always this undertone of black dark-skinned women like OG are ugly and gorilla-like. Like, he knows that the issue is more than than Evelyn wearing braids or whatever. It's more than that. If he doesn't know, it just shows that he should even be in this conversation. Black women, we're not mad at Latina women for wearing braids. We're mad at the double standard, because these Latina women get praised for wearing braids and praised for emulating us. But because they're not really us and they're light-skinned or they're other, they get praised, whereas black women and dark-skinned, brown-skinned black women, we get shamed for that. And another thing he did was he tried to shame us in the fact that a lot of black women, including myself, wear wigs and weaves, and we wear blonde hair. That's a shaming technique. And this is where I go back to the or people thing, because he keeps on referring to black people like he really cares for black people and black women when they really don't. Because if you did, you would understand that in this society, black women have been shamed for their hair, and black women have grown up with a lot of hair trauma, including myself, with the perming and the everything. We've been groomed to hate our hair, and that is a serious problem in the black community. That is a side effect of white supremacy. There are laws right now being written so we're no longer discriminated for wearing our natural hair in 2019. And so for you to use us wearing weaves as a point against us, knowing the history of black women in hair really just shows that you don't give a fuck about black people or black women. And you just want to shame us. Because another thing Jason loves to do is tell us how real his hair is. A lot of these biracials, like Jason Lee, not all of them, but the ones like Jason Lee, they don't like black people. They just align themselves with us because they'll never be accepted by white people. That's why. They don't really like black people. They don't. And I can say so much more, but I really don't want to make this video this long. I could go in the history of colorism and, slavery and the insights, like the slaves that work indoors and outdoors, and the fact that the brown paper bag test, where rich black folks used to put a paper bag next to other black people to determine whether they will allow them in these clubs or give them jobs, or where light-skinned people would get jobs over dark-skinned people. Like, there's an economical factor to colorism. Colorism is not just what black men prefer. It goes into economics. It goes into job. Like it's very, even the criminal justice system, dark-skinned women are more likely to get longer sentences. It's so much deeper. And the fact that we have people like Jason Lee and even black men referring to it as colorist shit and trying to minimize it just shows you they don't give a fuck about black women. Used to be this old rhyme back in the day. It said, if you're black, stay back. If you're brown, stick around. If you're yellow, you're mellow. And if you're white, you're all right. We still live by that. Like, that is still what the music industry lives by. Like, we still live by that code. Hope you guys know that. Anyway, went over. I know y'all didn't come here for my rants. It's supposed to be a reading, so I will get to the cards. And I'm just going to ask, because I really don't want this video to be long, because I'll get irritated. But I really just want the cards to tell me, how should black women react when they come across people like this, whether it's other black women, whether it's other black men, their parents, just anyone who try to minimize our feelings and our experiences and try to tell us that how we feel is not real and that it's just a narrative that we created in our head. Like, how should we react to people like that? The answer should be obvious, but it's harder said than done, because I've had these things happen to me. My own family members have gaslit me, and it wasn't about colorism, but it can be very traumatic when people do this to you. So I just want to give any black woman who's going through this, who feels like their opinions and their feelings are constantly being undervalued, I want to give them some advice and some clarity about themselves, about their worth, and about how they should address these people and these situations. So the first few cards, and I'm hearing that I need to do a couple of spreads on this, but the first 3 cards I got, because I'm going to move these later, was the Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. So basically, the cards are saying, stop giving your money to people who don't give a damn about you. Stop lying to yourselves. You see how I broke down Jason and how I basically just broke down how he really doesn't care about black women? You need to stop lying to yourselves. And when these people speak, believe them. When these people show you who they are, when they participate in colorist, anti-black stuff, believe them. Don't let them come out and give you false apologies and coddle you because you don't want to believe that this person can sit in your face and smile in your face every day, but secretly hate you and hate what you stand for and hate your skin color. You need to get over that. And you need to stop supporting these people and stop even dealing with these people who show that they don't give a fuck about you. This means this Two of Pentacles, she's trying to determine whether or not she should give her money to someone. That's how I seen. You got to stop all that. If you have to debate whether this person likes black women or has some anti-blackness in them, then stop supporting them and stop giving your money to them. And to be honest, I don't see... It's hard because a lot of other black women, they try to hide and they try to be like, oh, it's not like that. And they'll still support these people anyway, but eventually those black women will see it, because you can try to hide from the truth. You can try to hide from the fact that these people hate you, but the truth will always come out and you will always look like a fool. So there are going to be a lot of black women who will be like, oh, well, I'm still support him anyway. I'm still support her anyway. That ain't got nothing to do with me. They do that because it's a mixture of self-hate and like, they feel like if they admit that that person is colorist, then that means that something is wrong with them. That's why they do that. And you have to know that. The first step in calling out colorist people is saying that their colorism does not reflect you. Like, it does not mean that something's wrong with you just because they've been brainwashed and they're colorist. But it may take a while, it may take years, but eventually enough black women will start waking up and start pulling their money back from these people where it's going to start to hurt them. So I do see that. The other spread I got was the Hermit in reverse, Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Hierophant in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse. And so these three cards are basically just telling me to tell black women to stop keeping all of their emotions and feelings inside. Stop beating yourself up about it, and stop looking for others to validate your emotions and your concerns and your trauma, because they won't validate it. You can't look at the people who are doing these transgressions towards you to validate your pain. That's just not going to happen. And it's hard, but stop being afraid to speak what's on your mind and speak how you're feeling, because you just keeping it in, it's just causing you to beat yourself up. So that's why this is reversed. You need to just release it and let it out and be unapologetic about it. Be selfish. It's okay to be selfish. Like, let these people have it, because you can't carry that around in you. It's going to weigh you down, and whether you are actively thinking about it, it's always going to be in your subconscious. It's always going to affect how you think and what you do. So just let your feelings out there. I'm going to do another spread. Let me say this. Will America ever admit, I don't know how to, like, will these people ever truly admit to themselves that they're colorists? Seven of Cups. I feel like people eventually in the next few years, maybe in the next decade or so, people are going to come out and say, oh yeah, I used to be a colorist, but they're going to blame it on someone else. Or they're going to blame it on other things. Like, they're not going to really take full responsibility for what they did. They're going to try to play the blame game, which I saw this, But I do feel like, you know, this colorism conversation is not going anywhere, and more people are gonna start coming out and be like, oh, well, yeah, but they're gonna be playing the blame game. So expect for that to happen. So stop looking for validation from these people, because even when they give it to you, they're not gonna fully even give it to you. So, any last messages that needs to be said? The Two of Cups. I feel like I need to tell a lot of Black women that you are beautiful. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of commitment. And don't let the hatred of your features, your skin tone, your hair texture make you feel otherwise. Don't let the gaslighting make you feel otherwise too. Because there's a lot of Black women who keep on changing their noses and do a lot of stuff to hide who they are, and they can't seem to be happy in a relationship. And I can honestly say that if you're on a journey of accepting yourself and who you are, you will find love. If you want that. Because some people want to be single. But if you want that, you will find love, and you are deserving of it. Yeah. You're deserving of a love that's not painful, that's not full of gaslighting, that's not full of pain, that's not a roller coaster, that doesn't drain you. You're worthy of being at peace. You're worthy of peace. I do get that. So thank you guys. This is the end of this video. I'm sorry if it was short and rushed, but I knew I had to get this video out because colorism has been on my mind for a long time. I just didn't want it to be like every other colorism video out there. So, Black women, colorism does exist. These people will probably never admit that the assholes that they truly are. And let's stop arguing with them. Just stop supporting them monetarily and move on. Stop arguing. And I really need to stop arguing with these people about the existence of colorism, because who are these people? Before you argue with someone about colorism, ask yourself, what do they have to gain by being colorist? Against Black women. Make sure you put that in, against Black women. Like, if these people have something to gain by ignoring colorism and everything to lose by acknowledging colorism, why are you trying to explain it to them? Stop explaining it to these people. Talking facts. You're a colorist. They say they're not colorists. Be like, okay, but you still are. Like, stop arguing with. That's one thing I hear. Stop arguing with these people. Stop. Because you're giving them a position of power. That's why they think that we need to provide receipts on colorism for them. Like, receipts, look at history. Anyway, guys, I'm about to rant. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I also do $10 tarot readings for 30 minutes. Check my email in the description below if you would like. $10 for 30 minutes. That's a really good price. And I do it live, so you can see me pull the cards live and stuff like that. That's how I do it. I don't really like doing it over the phone or email. I like to at least be able to hear you and interact with you while I'm doing my tarot readings. You do not have to show me your face. I do this on the app where all you do is you see my hands, we talk, we interact, and It'll be fun. Like I said, only $10 for 30 minutes. That's an amazing deal. So please hit up my email and I'll see you guys later.
Oh, she used to reach out to me. We used to reach out to each other, bitch, okay? We used to reach out to each other till I figured out who the hell you were, okay? And what you were trying to be. But you have the nerve to call me an angry black woman. See, I told you, it's my dark skin that makes these motherfuckers feel uncomfortable when they come for me and I fucking drag their asses back to where in the fuck they belong, okay? So you want to say I'm an angry black woman, but you the same bitch that was on national TV who threw a drink in a black woman's face because she disagreed with you. And not only that, you threatened to disseminate a sex tape against a different black woman on a show because she pissed you off. Do you see my blog out here putting out sex tapes, trying to fight people, throw drinks in black women's faces? The same black women who gave birth to your little black shitty smelling ass. You don't see that. And see, y'all get mad when us black women fucking correct y'all and teach y'all how to be upstanding fucking citizens. You are the same black man who's out here capping for a bitch who has never fucking promoted you, but yet you want to drag another black woman because she won't kiss your shitty smelling ass, okay? So you can call me a black angry black woman, okay? You can call me, oh, I'm spewing hate, but I'm not putting out sex tapes on people and I'm not throwing drinks in black women's faces either, okay? I can talk my shit without having to threaten people to expose their hairy assholes, okay? The same asshole that fucked your mama, okay, that your mama got fucked in to have you, okay? This is the type of person you are. And you talking about brands don't want to fuck with me? You the one out here trying to sell a show with that bland ass personality that you will never fucking get, okay? The closest you'll get to having a show is out fucking performing in Floyd Mayweather's strip club with the black women you don't like. And that's why you taking dick, because you want to be a black woman. Bye, bitch.